Started off with perhaps my favorite bet on the board. It's close. Buffalo minus 3.5 at New England. I think Buffalo, first of all, is a significantly better roster.
Yeah.
A little bit healthier in the trenches, which I like. And also, Josh Allen is really good against Belichick. Like, really good over the last 3 to 4 meetings.
He's like one of the only quarterbacks that has found a way to beat him consistently.
The last 2 meetings of Buffalo and New England last year, so towards the end of the year in Foxborough and then in the playoffs, Josh Allen only punted, I think, 1 time. So you tell me, right? Josh has figured out a way to play New England and be successful.
And the stats back it up.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
are there.
I think they win by about a touchdown, maybe even more than that.
I like that, yeah.
All right, let's go with Dallas. Like I said, I got them at minus 9.5.
Which is a steal. If you can find that, jump all over it.
Right, because I think it's moved up to 11.5, which I'd still probably take. I don't usually love big favorites, but you saw Indianapolis on display on Monday. That's what they are as a team.
Yeah.
They're not really explosive on offense. Matt Ryan will have his moments, but overall he's not that good of a quarterback. And their defense is okay, but I mean, Kenny Pickett also looked really, really good against that secondary.
Right.
So
it's hard to tell if that was Kenny or if their team was that bad. I think it was probably a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, yeah.
So I wouldn't, jump on them to cover anything.
Yeah, here's the issue that I see with this game is that Dallas will be able to throw 2 really nice backs at Indianapolis. And so when Dak's throwing off of play action, he's a really nice quarterback. And I think with play action against Indianapolis, I think he'll be really, really successful. I'll take Dallas by like 14.
Agree.
All right, let's go Detroit plus 1.5 versus Jacksonville. So you actually like Jacksonville. So look, this is just. But would it surprise you if Detroit won?
No, it would not. Right. And I mean, I said the Steelers would win on the podcast this last week, and I threw some money on Indianapolis winning. So I'm trying to. When you get a good bet, you got to take it.
Right. And yeah, so I mean, Detroit getting the 1.5 at home. Look, I think Jacksonville's a little bit overvalued just because of how good they looked last week. Because the line's been bet up to Jacksonville's favor. I think Detroit was actually favored by a point a couple weeks ago, and it's been bet to Jacksonville's side. I think they're a little bit overvalued, so I'll take Detroit here. Let's go with New Orleans plus 160 at Tampa Bay. Whether you like Tampa or not in this game, the value at plus 160 is really good considering what New Orleans has been able to do against Brady over the last 2 years now. I think Brady's only beat them 1 time in the regular season, and it was earlier this year.
He has been they've been his kryptonite.
Yeah, and I don't think they don't look good. I'm sorry, but you can't show me anything that they did in Cleveland that would make me feel good about them winning this football game. You like them, but I think the value of plus 160 with New Orleans is a nice bet.
That is a good bet. I do still like Tampa to win it if I'm trying to predict for this week, but this is somewhere where I would put money. This is definitely one where you can throw in with a couple other things and mix that win some money because I mean it's bold.
Yeah,
it's a little bold, so you're going to make some money and.
That's the point. Yeah. All right. Let's go with Josh Allen plus 185 anytime touchdown score. So this is him physically running the football in because it's anytime touchdown score. Throwing does not count. It's the guy who crosses the goal line with the football. So Josh Allen running a touchdown in basically, or I guess he could catch one at plus 185 anytime touchdown score.
That's a pretty solid bet.
Yeah.
That's a solid bet. I mean,
he's like their leading rusher.
When he's the workhorse of the offense, that's usually you can bet on that guy to score a touchdown.
Not only is he the workhorse of the offense, he's also their biggest, most physical runner. So where does he run a lot? In the red zone.
Yeah, and on the goal line, and they do all kinds of sneaks and stuff with him. So.
Right. So to run back through, we got Buffalo at minus 3.5 at New England, Dallas minus 9.5 versus Indianapolis, Detroit. A 1.5 underdog at home versus Jacksonville. New Orleans plus 160 at Tampa Bay. And Josh Allen plus 185 anytime touchdown score. Those are your bets on a budget coming off 3 straight winning weeks.